What's up, guys? Welcome back to Natalie's Reptile Room. Today, this is your host, Natalie, co-host Kevin, special guest, Beauty, and guys, look.
His tail just freshly shed. Rocket, the bearded dragon. What's up, guys? Today, Natalie and I are getting back into our coolest prehistoric reptile series.
Back up.
As always, we drew the beautiful picture of this one.
And the blue, and pink, and purple.
Do you remember who we did last time? Gigantophus, remember?
Yeah.
Which if they want to watch, they can watch right
here. And if they want to watch this video, they can watch it right here.
Here. Today, we are getting back into marine reptiles. And not only the biggest marine reptile to ever exist, the biggest reptile, period, to ever exist. The biggest of all of them. I'm talking bigger than Titanoboa. You remember him?
Yeah.
Bigger than that. This, guys, is the Shastasaurus Sikanniensis. Can you say that? Shastasaurus Sikanniensis.
But
look at him just staring at me. This massive marine reptile was in the Ichthyosaur genus, which is Greek for fish lizard.
Yep.
Does that look like a fish lizard?
Yeah. Not really.
A whale lizard. Shastasaurus roamed the ocean from the middle to late Triassic, when the ocean was a very scary place. Fossils of this behemoth have been found in the US, Canada, and China. But that is the awesome job that paleontologists have, as they go around the world digging in the dirt to find fossils.
Oh.
That can be something you do one day.
Yeah.
Become a scientist.
How are we gonna travel the water?
By plane, boat, anyway. All right, let's get into the coolest part of this beast, its appearance. As we had mentioned, they are the biggest marine reptile to ever exist. Just how big were they, though?
5,022,022 feet.
2 feet, wow. That's big. Estimates have put Sarcosuchus at up to 69 feet, weighing 40 tons. 40 tons, 69 feet. That is huge, but that's absolutely massive. That's actually 20 feet bigger, 20 feet longer than Titanoboa.
That's
so even
big.
Bigger, very big.
Yeah, that is huge.
That would be scary to see one of them swimming in the ocean.
And even if it would not be his size.
No. To put that in perspective, blue whales, the most massive creature in the world, the most massive creature to ever exist, blue whales, they max out at 110 feet.
How big are they even if they're just a baby?
Even the babies are huge, but blue whales get absolutely massive.
The babies the babies will be as long as the couch?
Probably as big as this entire wall. So although Shastasaurus was significantly smaller than a blue whale, they were more than half of that size. Half the size of a blue whale. That's still huge. They were considered a primitive ichthyosaur because their dorsal fin, they either had none at all or not a totally formed dorsal fin. Do you know what the dorsal fin is? You know how a shark has a dorsal fin on its back?
Oh yeah.
And dolphins, that's the dorsal fin, like on their back. Their tail fin was also much different. Rather than the top portion of that tail fin being bigger, like on sharks and dolphins.
Yeah, but how long is the tail?
This would be like its tail, but rather than the top portion being longer, the bottom portion is longer. You see that? Which makes it much different than a lot of other animals with that tail fin. It is thought that this made them better at just gliding through the ocean, rather than like swimming really fast to go chase down prey like a shark. And when we get into the prey of this thing, I think it's gonna surprise you, like what it ate. They also had a small head with a shorter, blunt snout. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Its head only took up 8% of its total length. Only 8% was its head.
It wasn't even that big on the screen.
No, it's way bigger than on that screen. Their jaws were not only short, but they were teethless. This massive thing had no teeth.
Like him?
He's got teeth.
Little tiny teeth.
He got little itty bitty baby teeth. Their body was also very rounded. You see how he's got like a rounded body?
Yeah.
Kind of like a tube, right?
Yeah, but what is that white thing on his tail?
Just something that they drew on it. But he was a thick boy.
Oh.
All right, let's get into their
habitat.
You will learn more about this in school, but when the Earth was first around, everything was one continent. So you probably have no idea what I'm talking about.
That is huge.
But have you ever seen on like a world map how there's countries all over the world? Back long, long ago, they all used to be one continent. And over millions of years, they started to spread out. And during the Triassic, it was still pretty much one continent. And the rest of the Earth was ocean. So if you got into the ocean, if you swam across the whole ocean, it'd be like going across the whole world. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
You think you could swim that far?
No.
No way. As a air-breathing reptile, because reptiles still needed air to breathe, it is thought that they would have spent much of their time close to this continent. Not only do they think that, but they could have possibly even come onto land. Well, I mean, could you imagine if this thing was still around today?
What do you eat me?
But when we talk about marine reptiles, they still need air, like sea turtles.
Yeah.
You know how they like live in the ocean, but they still need air?
Do the sea turtles, are the sea turtles tiny when they first come out of the egg?
Oh, very tiny. Very tiny little things. Although its body suggested that it was made to dive deep into the ocean. Like deep into the ocean.
Like all the way?
Possibly.
How deep is the sea?
There are some very deep parts. You'll learn about that in school too, like the Mariana Trench.
Oh, all the way down there with the sharks, that part is like deep.
Way down there. And because of this, it suggested that their body was able to take in more air to kind of like hold his breath so he could dive deep. The deeper you go, the longer you gotta hold your breath. Kind of like you jumping into the pool.
Do I have to be
Yep, you gotta hold your breath before you jump in, right? So you actually have some air down there. All right, and let's finish up with
diet?
What did this massive marine reptile eat?
Dinosaurs, fish, octopus, and jellyfish, and sharks, and squid.
You might be onto something. Being toothless, it is thought that this massive reptile would have eaten soft-bodied things like squid and jellyfish. So when you said, would they eat me and you? We may have been safe from them. They may not have eaten us.
Yeah, because they are not existing.
Well, that too. This is highly contested, but it is believed that they would have been suction feeders. That when they open their mouth, it sucks in all of the stuff around their mouth. Kind of like when you put a bucket into the water, and the bucket like sucks up the water real quick. Well, if he was a suction feeder, he wouldn't have to. He would just get his food like that.
Like
suck up a squid. All right, guys, and that does it for Shastasaurus.
Yep.
If you guys found this video informative or just enjoyed it, make sure to give us a like and consider subscribing for more of our reptile content. All right, guys, that does it for today's video, and we will see you on
Tuesday.
Saturday. Well, if you remember, Friday, Natalie is picking her 5 favorite reptiles that we have. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Don't say anything yet.
So,
don't spoil it.
So after
you get off school.
Oh.
Alright guys, see you Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, say bye to Beauty and the Shed.
Bye, Beauty.